So, last video for the chapter. Oh, and the last in-class problem for the semester. Congratulations. We're going to do vertical analysis of a balance sheet. So we've got one here. It's from problem P15 31B. We're on page 848 of the book. And what we have here is a summary balance sheet, I would call it. And of course we have the industry averages here and the figures from Randall Department Store's balance sheet are here. Alright, so I've gone ahead and set those numbers up in here, just like you'll have on your exam. You'll just have a column that you fill in. Now, the way doing vertical analysis for a balance sheet is different is you divide everything by total assets, right? For an income statement, you're dividing by net sales revenue, but if you see a balance sheet, you divide it by total assets. Now, some students make the mistake because, oh, they saw the income statement and they just divide everything by the top line. It's not about top line. It's about, for income statement, you divide by net sales revenue. For balance sheet, divide by total assets. And that's it. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So cash, 310,040 divided by 460 is equal to 67.4%. I'm sorry, current assets, not cash. Current assets is equal to 67.4%. Alright, so again in your calculator it would look like 0.674. So don't make the mistake of putting a decimal in the wrong place. PP&E, 119,000 divided by 460,000 means that PP&E is 26% of total assets. Intangibles, there's 7,360 worth of intangibles. Divide that by 460,000. You come up with 1.6%. So intangibles are only 1.6% of total assets. Other assets are 23,000. Divide them by 460,000, and they are 5%, right, of total assets. And of course, total assets are 100% of total assets. All right, so this is what percentage everything is of total assets. Now we want to know, well, what percentage are the liabilities and equity accounts of total assets? So you don't switch over and just start dividing by liabilities or something. Just keep dividing by total assets. So 210,680 divided by 460,000 is 45.8. Okay. Long term, 103,960 divided by 460 is 22.6%. All right. 314,000 divided by 640 is 314,640 divided by 460,000 is 68.4%. All right. And so my total liabilities are 68.4% of my total assets. So that's an interesting feature. Stockholder equity, take that 145,360, divide it by the total assets, and you get 31.6. Of course, total liabilities and stockholders' equity equal total assets, right? If you're a balance sheet, they're supposed to. So they're 100%. All right, so that's very simple. Just remember, keep dividing everything by total assets if you're doing vertical analysis of a balance sheet. And now I can compare it to my industry average. Let's see here. Current assets are slightly less than the industry average. PP&E, pretty similar, slightly more than industry average. Intangibles, slightly more. Other assets, slightly more. Not big differences. Current liabilities, in the industry, it's 48% of total assets. Ours is 45%, so that's actually kind of good. You want your liabilities to be covered by your assets, right? Because that's what you're going to pay them off with, the cash and stuff, right? So that's maybe a little better. For long-term liabilities, the industry's at 16.6. We're at 22.6. Nothing wrong with that. Might even be good. Putting your debts into longer term. Stockholders' equity is 31.6. They're at 35.3, so we're slightly more leveraged, as they say. And of course, 100%. So that's how we do vertical analysis of a balance sheet. We divide everything by total assets, and that gives us a basis to compare with organizations that are much larger, much smaller. Doesn't matter because we've stripped the size out.